Welcome to another episode of Wellness Wednesdays. I am Melinda Kopp, and I'm the librarian here at the Ripon Memorial Library, one of the branches of the Stockton-San Joaquin Library System. And today I'm going to share with you a short introduction and a little bit of practice of yoga, which I consider to be a mind and body wellness exercise. Probably at this point you know what yoga is. If you don't, there are lots of really good books and DVDs about yoga. You can learn more, but I'm just going to give a very brief little introduction about the benefits that I feel are of special value with yoga. So I have been doing yoga off and on since I was 16 years old, so quite a span of time. And one thing that I notice is when I stop doing it, I miss it. My body misses it, my mind misses it. So it's something that once you start doing, you are going to notice the benefits pretty quickly and profoundly, and you'll want to stick with it. These are some of the things that I think you're going to notice are the benefits of yoga. You'll begin to feel more flexible, and you will build some strength. There are some weight-bearing exercises that are part of this, and you also will hopefully, and this is what's really important for me now, is maintain your balance, your ability to balance. That's very, very important as you get older. You're going to find that you are more focused. Yoga takes some focus, and so that will translate into other aspects of your life, that you'll be able to sense that focus that yoga brings. Also, especially in the time we're in now, it is a wonderful way to calm your emotions. You just kind of slow down. There's some peace to it. And that breathing that you do just really calms your body and mind down. So very, very important kind of intentional focus. And you'll also find that if you do yoga pretty consistently, it helps you to sleep better. It's a really good way to help with your sleeping. So part of that's the breathing and the focus. So another thing that I really like about yoga is its connection to nature. The poses that you do either connect to animals, some type of animal, or often some part of nature like a tree or a mountain, and we'll do that today. I really, really love the fact that you learn to control your breath. You learn how important it is to breathe deeply, deep down. Oftentimes we start to breathe in a very shallow way, and that's just, that can cause tension. So the deep breathing is important. You alternately feel relaxed and energized, and that's an interesting combination, but you'll notice it. And maybe one of the things that I really like about yoga is that you don't have to wear fancy clothes or a uniform or certain kinds of equipment. In fact, you want to pare that all down so that you're comfortable. So pick comfortable clothes for doing yoga, nothing that's going to restrict you or get in the way with zippers and buttons and those kind of things. Just feel comfortable. And also, if you have anything around your neck, like a necklace, you want to take that off, or even something like a headband. So I'm going to take my headband off. I already took my keys off, because those things can get in the way. So several years ago, I started including a small segment of yoga in my story times here at the Ripon Library. And children are so intuitive with their bodies. They seem to just understand what you're asking them to do, and it works really well. So I have combined stories about nature, animals, lots of different things work. Maybe even something like you're rowing a boat in the story. And one little aspect of that story can become part of the yoga routine. So you can tie the two things together. And that just works really well for the family. It is very family friendly. It's something that all ages can do together and benefit from. And another thing that I like to stress is that it's not about perfection. So I know sometimes in yoga classes, the instructor will adjust your body and do those kind of things, and that's wonderful if you have someone who can do that. But I'm just kind of going at it like, let's just do what our bodies do naturally. You don't want to stress your body. You do not want to strain yourself. So if you reach a point in a pose where it's like, ooh, I'm not sure about that, don't go any further. You'll start to get more limber and flexible as time goes on. And that's one thing that's really fun to notice. It's like, oh, I can touch my toes now after you've done a few sessions. So be kind to your body and be safe. I'm going to put this over here. And I'm also going to just tell you that in the environment you're going to do yoga in, make sure that there isn't anything in the way for your body to move, nothing that you're going to knock into or trip over, so kind of a clear area. The surface that you stand on should be non-skid. I do have a yoga mat, and you don't have to have a yoga mat, but it's helpful because it grounds your feet pretty well. What other things? Oh, make sure that you have some water. You may be doing kind of a quiet exercise. It doesn't feel stressful, but having water is helpful with any kind of movement you do. So I'm going to take a sip right now. That's a good part of your warm-up. So so we're going to start with standing, and then we'll move down to the floor, and that's where we'll stay for the rest of our exercise. But starting standing up is a really good place to start, because you feel your connection really when you're standing on those 2 feet and you feel that connection to the earth, which is a good thing. The earth is down there, it's holding you up. So we'll do a little warm up, because you always want to get your body sort of ready for any kind of exercise. And some simple warm-ups you can do are just to shake your hands. And you may want to pick up a foot and shake it a little bit. The other foot, shake it a little bit. You might want to shrug your shoulders, roll your shoulders, shrug, shrug, shrug. And then I'm going to just flop over like I'm a little rag doll. Just go down, down, down like you're a little rag doll and just hang there. You can swing your arms. You can touch your toes. Relax your neck and hang there. And then stand back up. And there are other things that you can do to warm up, but I'm just going to keep it kind of brief today. So now the next thing you want to do to get ready is to take some deep breaths. So what I always do is I breathe in through my nose, and then I breathe out through my mouth. So make sure that you're 6 feet apart when you're doing this, or put a mask on if you have to, because you're going to be breathing and letting that breath out. So here we go. We're going to breathe in, and we're going to move our arms up. So take a deep breath in. And let it out with your arms going down. All the way out. And breathe in. And all the way out. Push all that air out. Each time you breathe, you go a little bit deeper. Just visualize that. And another deep breath in. We'll do 3. And out through your mouth. Oh, I feel better already. I could just be This is enough. No, feel really good. That deep breathing just calms your body, kind of lines everything up. Feels so good throughout the day. Anytime you need that, do it. So we will do some simple poses that are easy for the whole family. Everyone can do these things, I hope. And if you, like I said, if you can't, just, laugh it off and try again later. So right now, you're just going to stand. Your feet are about as far apart as your shoulders, and your hands are right by your side. And you're looking straight ahead at something invisible out there that's right at eye level. And as you stand here, you feel very still, and you visualize what this pose is, which is called the mountain pose. So just think about that. You're grounded and you're strong. Feels good. Okay. And now, if you raise your arms up to the side like this, shoulder level, all the way out, and you separate your feet just a little bit, like this. You can imagine that from your head to your hand, to your hand, to your foot, you're a star. How cool is that? Oh, I think I want to be a star for a few minutes, at least a few seconds. It feels really good to be a star. How easy is that? All right. So put your arms back down and your feet back together a little bit, and find that mountain pose again. But now we're going to do something that requires a little bit of balance, a little balance. And balancing is tricky. So remember, when you're trying to balance, keep that gaze on some invisible little dot or something out in front of you to steady yourself. If you start looking around, that's when you kind of start wobbling. So that really helps your body line up. So put your hands together right in front of your chest, just like that. That's kind of a reverent little pose to be in. And we are going to do something that's called the tree pose. Now, already this is kind of a modified tree, but what we're going to do is lift up a foot, and I will show you what you're going to do. You're going to lift that foot up off the ground and glide over to your leg and move that foot up your leg to your knee. Kind of turn it out and stand. Now take your foot back down and try it with the other foot. You always want to do things evenly in yoga. So if you do one foot, you're going to do the other foot. Okay, so here we go again. That foot glides up to the knee. Okay, very good. Some people can get their foot way up there. Okay, take it down. Good job. I wobbled a little bit, but that's okay. I'm a wobbler. So now I'm going to try it by taking my foot up on my knee and then making branches. So the balance that I had with my hands is going to go up into the air. Ooh, let's see if I can do it. Okay, so foot up, right against that knee, and let go, and have those branches go up. Wow. Hands back down, foot back down. I got to do it on the other side. Ooh. Foot up, woo, foot up to knee. Oops, see, I looked down. And branches. And back down. Now, that takes a little while to be able to balance, to get used to that, but balancing is in a lot of yoga postures. So that's just one to show you how it works. There are many other things that you can do with balancing. And gives you kind of a small sense of accomplishment. I actually did some balancing there. That was good. Okay, so now we're going to head down to the floor, and the way we're going to get there is by a pose where your feet are going to be a little bit further apart, maybe than your shoulders, And I'm gonna go down to my feet and walk my hands out to the front. So here we go down, okay? And I'm gonna walk my hands out, and then put them flat on the floor. And my head is gonna look back at my feet, okay? And my heels, sometimes your heels will wanna come up. See if you can keep them down. And this pose is called down dog, down dog. So picture a little doggy kind of looking for a spot to dig, and you can see how that looks like a doggy. Down dog, that feels good on the backs of your legs. So now we gave a dog a little bit of time there. So now we're going to do a kitty cat. So down on your knees about the same width apart as your hands. And have you ever seen a kitty hiss at another cat or something and their back goes up? Oh, they arch up. Ooh, they look like a scared cat, afraid cat. So arch your back up, and then flatten it again, and then kind of make your bottom go up. This is called a happy cat. Happy cat. So maybe your little tail's waving. You're a happy cat. So do that scared cat again. Ooh, arched back, and happy cat again. Oh, that feels so good. I like that. Okay. Now we are going to sit back on our feet, and we're actually going to bring our feet out to the front. Okay, straight out to the front. And why don't you just rest your hands right here on your legs and kind of pull yourself down a little bit. You may not get too far, but this will improve. And then reach out and touch those feet. Oh, imagine that you were sitting in a river. A river. The water's rushing over you. This is actually called the river pose. And it feels very, very good. Very good. Oh, you can feel all along the backs of your legs. Excellent. Your back. Okay. So now you're going to lay down. Do a couple of poses that are down from the back position. So scoot yourself down and keep your knees up and your head down on the ground. And you're going to push your bottom up, and you're going to be holding your body up with the lower part of your body, like this. Here I go. Up. See? My body's kind of posed like a little triangle. What kind of triangle is that? An isosceles triangle? But this is called the bridge. Yeah. Up, and there's that water running underneath. And it feels very good on your back and your shoulders. And you can feel that you're lifting with those legs. It feels really good right here. So let's sit back down. Get that bottom back down. And stretch your legs out. And you're going to take your arms out and form a T. A T. Okay. Just like that. So your whole body looks like a big T shape. And what you want to do is pull your legs up just slightly, and you're going to flop them over to the side. And you'll notice right away that there's a little bit of a twisting motion in your back. And then you're going to take your head and look the opposite direction from the direction of your legs, your knees. Okay, so that completes the little twisting motion. And be very careful. If this starts to hurt, just stop. Don't push it. Okay, so then we do the other side. So we're going to flop those knees over the other direction and look across your arm in the opposite direction. And that feels really good, really good. Okay, so you can do that as many times as you want to because it feels so good. Okay. Okay, so bring those hands back. And we're going to just sit up slightly for a minute. And the next few poses are just kind of, they're sort of like cooling down a little bit. They're real easy. Children love these because they like to kind of curl up, and 2 of these are curl up poses. And then we're going to just kind of rest. Okay? So back down, pull your knees up, hold on to your knees, give yourself a little hug. It feels good. And you're just going to kind of rock a little bit. And you'll notice that you're shaped like a little ball. Like a little ball. So a little ball will rock and roll. This feels very good on your back. And you can tuck your head up if you want to. Tuck it under your knees. Just a little ball. And then you kind of loosen everything up here. And this is one of my favorite poses of all time. I don't know why. This is called the happy baby. And you know how babies like to grab their feet. And that feels really good. So let's just be happy babies together. Oh, I like that. I like it. Now, I'm pretty sure most everybody will be able to grab their feet because it's kind of scrunched in. But just be careful with that. You just want to be a happy baby and you'll feel all that kind of stretching. Oh, that feels good. Okay, go back into the ball if you want. And then for our last pose, we're just going to relax, okay? And you can stay in this pose for a while because cooling down and relaxing at the end of yoga is very important. So you'll feel your back. You know, it might not be totally pressed to the ground, but you're just going to lay down. You can separate your feet. You can just lay as though you flopped down tired. And then take your hands, wrap them around your body, give yourself a little hug. It's called the mummy pose. Yeah, we're kind of wrapped in a hug for ourselves. And you'll just want to rest and be quiet. Keep breathing. You might even want to turn the lights down low at the very end. And just give yourself that extra permission to rest. Feels good. So do that as long as you want. And then very, very carefully, you don't want to get up quickly. You want to just take your time getting up. You are going to pull up onto your elbows and bring your feet up and very slowly turn. And however you get up back to standing, you may need the help of some furniture or another person, or you can get back on your hands and knees and push yourself up. Just be very mindful to do that quietly and slowly. You don't want to lose your balance doing that. Okay, so I'm just going to sit here for a little bit and I'll sign off. Thank you so much for being with me for Wellness Wednesday. Be sure to come to the library in person or virtually and pick up some yoga books or DVDs. We have some very nice things on Hoopla. Pick up some children's books if you're going to do this with your children and incorporate those books about nature into the yoga time. And do it as many times as you want to and really, really enjoy this mind-body connection, this wellness connection. Thanks for being with me. Have a great week.